Good evening, and welcome to A Time to Sing, brought to you by Beulah United Methodist Church. My name is Sherry Lizarraga, and my special guest this evening is the Wellspring Worship Band, based here at Beulah United Methodist Church. Our theme tonight is More Like Jesus. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Our first sing-along song this evening is "Have Thine Own Way, Lord." In 1902, Adelaide Pollard was hoping to go to Africa as a missionary, but found herself unable to raise the necessary funds for the journey. Greatly discouraged, she attended a prayer service one evening, and as she sat there, she overheard an elderly woman say, "It really doesn't matter what you do with us, Lord. Just have your own way in our lives." The words the older woman spoke inspired Adelaide, and when she returned home that evening, she wrote all 4 verses of the hymn before going to bed. George Stebbins wrote a tune to go with Adelaide's poem, and the hymn was published in 1907. Sing it with me. Scott Wesley Brown was born in 1952 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. When he was 7 years old, he received his first guitar. In spite of the fact that he had no idea how to tune it, he spent hours making up songs. In the 6th grade, Scott was failing English grammar, and his teacher was concerned that he was just not going to catch on. Scott says, "One day our assignment was to write a poem. I went home that night with one single mission, to write a great poem. The next morning I arrived at school so excited to turn my poem into the teacher, and my heart leapt as she selected mine to read to the whole class. Before I caught the bus home, Mrs. Brewer asked me to write another poem and to bring it back the following day, which I continued to do until the last day of school that year. Every afternoon, she would sit down with me and read through that day's poem, helping to steer me through the grammar, the tense, and the flow, and then suddenly everything clicked. By the end of my 6th grade year, I was starting to add music to those poems, and a career was born. Let's sing Scott's beautiful song, "More Like You." rest. Draw me in your presence. Lead me in your ways. I long to bring you glory in righteousness and praise. More like you, Jesus, more like you. Fill my heart with your desire to make me more like you. More like you, Jesus, more like you. Touch my lips with holy fire and make me more like you. Revelation 21, verses 4 and 5 says, "And God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There shall be no more death, nor sorrow, nor crying. There shall be no more pain, for the former things have passed away." Then he who sat on the throne said, "Behold, I make all things new." The Wellspring Praise Band will perform "Beautiful Things."
All this pain, I wonder if I'll ever find my way. I wonder if my life could really change at all. All this hurt, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a God come up from this ground at all? You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. All around, hope is springing up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being found in you. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things, you make beautiful things out of us. You make me new, you are making me new. You make me
songs are written in a studio, some are written in a home, and others in a quiet outdoor setting. But our next song was written in a car in the middle of Southern California traffic, not far from Disneyland. Eddie Espinosa was driving to work one day, praying as he drove. He remembers asking God, "Lord, do something. I need you to change my heart." In the middle of traffic, a song came to him and he began to sing it. He said it was almost like taking dictation. He reached for a scrap of yellow paper, and when he stopped at the next traffic light, he began scribbling as quickly as possible. He tried to keep the tune in mind until he got to work. And that night, he taught his new song to a Bible study group that met in his home. "Change My Heart, O God," blessed his Bible study and continues to be a blessing around the world. Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. You are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me. This is what I pray. Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. Let's sing it again. Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. You are the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me. This is what I pray. Change my heart, oh God, make it ever true. Change my heart, oh God, may I be like you. Born in 1822, William Longstaff would never have thought of himself as a hymn writer. In fact, "Take Time to Be Holy" may be the only poem he ever wrote. The son of a wealthy ship merchant, William was the treasurer of his church and contributed financially to evangelists Dwight L. Moody and Ira Sankey. One Sunday, William heard a sermon on the text, "Be ye holy, for I am holy." He decided to write down what holiness meant to him. A businessman at heart, William wrote no flowery verses. He simply wrote practical, down-to-earth instructions in the form of a poem. That poem appeared in a Christian newspaper in 1882. 8 years later, gospel composer George Stebbins remembered that poem and set it to music. We'll close our program this evening with Take Time to Be Holy. Take time to be holy, speak oft with the Lord, abide in Him always, and wait on His word. Make friends with God's children, help those who are weak, forgetting in nothing His blessing to seek. Take time to be holy, the world rushes on. Spend much time in secret with Jesus alone. By looking to Jesus, like Him thou shalt be. Thy friends in thy conduct His likeness shall see. Thank you for singing along with us this evening. Good night and God bless.